Hello Alive Church, this is our third year of our partnership with Open Doors and standing with the persecuted church in Southeast Asia. In July of this year, our Lincoln North location had the privilege of hosting 4 young people from North Korea who have met Jesus. North Korea is the world's hardest place to be a follower of Jesus. And so we were unable, because of this, to take any photos or to record any of their stories. But what we did do was ask someone from the congregation to write a response to the things that they heard that day, to what it stirred in them, to what God spoke to them about as they heard the stories of these young Christians and what it meant to follow Jesus. We're going to listen to that now.
It's easy to forget, as a Christian woman living in Lincolnshire, that I have the complete freedom to share my love for God and my faith without much fear, apart from looking a bit odd or strange. But that's not true for so many of my brothers and sisters across the world. Hearing from 4 young people from North Korea who had fled prosecution was humbling, wonderful, and challenging. Their stories were in equal parts heartbreaking, awe-inspiring, and faith-filling. The risk to them is so great that I can't even tell you their names. If someone is as much as found with a Bible, they are at risk of being sent to brutal prisoner camps or killed on the spot. North Korean Christians must meet in absolute secrecy if they dare risk meeting at all. The first story was of someone who fled and escaped North Korea and now studies business at university. He hopes to work for an international organisation just like Open Doors to help others as he has been helped. Then we heard of someone who fled North Korea with his mum. At age 14, his father died and he was forced to get a job, but during COVID, the government blocked access to the sea, which is where he worked and made all of his income. With no money coming in, his family began to starve. He described crossing the demilitarized zone, avoiding landmines, snipers, and other horrific dangers. It took hours for him and his family to cross. Freedom is most important, he said. I'm happy and have peace now. Next was the story of someone who was enslaved in the North Korean military for 10 years and received no pay. He risked his life, suffering greatly, but he described meeting Jesus on the journey to safety. Jesus was always with me, he said. He saved me. When I was surrounded with no way of escape, God rescued me. I think it was the final story that touched me the most, though. This person was 9 years old when her father died, and 10 years old when her mother left her. 10 years old and completely alone in the world. I wasn't loved, she said. At 10 years old. At 17, she fled North Korea, and on the journey she met a missionary through whom she met Jesus. She describes not understanding Jesus at first, angry at all that she had been through. She read the Bible through twice to try and understand him. And through reading the Gospel, she found out just how much Jesus loved her and had always loved her. Jesus is my heavenly Father, she spoke. All 4 pray hard for those still trapped in North Korea, for Jesus to be known by all and for North and South Korea to be united, that God's kingdom would come to North Korea. My prayer as we all sang together, led beautifully by our new friends from North Korea, was that I would be useful, that my life could serve a purpose, to see God's kingdom come all over the world, that all of us would hear the call to serve, to put down the me-focused prayers and start in all the ways we can to be the change we wish to see in this broken world.
I want to say a huge thank you for your generosity, but also for your prayers as we've stood with our brothers and sisters in the most difficult places to follow Jesus. In 2021 and 2022, in both years, over 30,000 audio Bibles were distributed in Malaysia. In the summer of this year, 400 young people gathered in Sri Lanka for a youth camp. In an unreached village, there were 34 baptisms this year. The gospel of Jesus Christ is spreading and the light is breaking through.